Okay, so I got these from a friend of mine just like last week. Pretty excited about these. Of course, you recognize these two guys, right? This is vintage He-Man, vintage Skeletor. Both of them, unfortunately, without their chest harnesses, because you know they got to hold in all those rippling muscles that they need a harness, right? They don't have those, but they got some. Check out those abs, though, man. And I'm being very careful to manipulate He-Man because, as you can see, his legs sliding out there. I'm going to stand him up. Yeah, this He-Man has the funky leg syndrome, very common with Masters of the Universe figures. It's just something that happens with age, I guess. Like, there's like rubber bands in there holding these guys together. And they get really floppy. They get floppy leg. He-Man's got restless leg syndrome, and he's impossible to stand up. That's why I had him stood up at the beginning of the video, because it would have taken me forever to like, hey guys, look at this guy. There's no way. No way. I mean, yeah, all those muscles look really good, but you can't even use them to stand up properly. Well, this guy's got to get home. Somebody take He-Man home. I've got you, brother. Okay, no, maybe they'll just wrestle over there. Anyway, the third one on the table, you might not recognize this one. I didn't at first. I did a little research, of course. I identified this as a She-Ra figure. Okay, yeah, I'm not a huge She-Ra fan, but this is Catra, I believe, from the She-Ra line, and the cartoon, I suppose. I have watched a couple of episodes. I don't remember this figure, though, or I didn't recognize her. Yeah, she's alright. She's got like a little gem or whatever on her bustier or whatever. I don't know if do these figures have like action? Yeah, she's got a little bit of a punch going on there. Well, maybe she just swivels. Maybe she's the lefty. Not sure. Anyway, yeah, and her hair is in pretty good shape. Someone combed this, I think. Not me. But yeah, I'm going to send that to a different friend of mine. Not the one that I got it from, of course. But send it to a different friend who, this rumor has it, I mean, I didn't know her at the time, but my wife did, that she was a big fan of She-Ra, and this character in particular was her favorite. So I'm going to send that off to her. So I know her name is Catra, because my wife told me all about it. Okay, so yeah, we got those guys. I showed you before my Skeletor that I had, that I got him in the package, new. Yeah, Skeletor, look at you, you pathetic losers. This Skeletor kind of stands up, because he's like, yeah, he's a little more articulated, whereas this Skeletor, totally naked. Oh, by the way, the Skeletor, for some reason they didn't paint the back of his boots. I don't know why. He's only meant to be viewed from the front, I suppose. Or maybe, I don't know. Who knows? I can't believe I ever looked like that. Put a shirt on. Okay, so I got my vintage guys over there. Then I got a new Skeletor over there. He's going back on the shelf after this video. Here's one I was originally going to put on my shelf, but I think I'm going to see if anybody else would like this. Speaking of She-Ra, I've got She-Ra, Princess of Power. As I said, I'm not a fan of the show. My family does own the complete series on DVD, though, but I don't find myself compelled to watch it that often. It's, it's not made for me, and I'm okay with that. So that's why I think somebody else might appreciate this a little more than me. This is from the Masters of the Universe Origins line, She-Ra. Includes comic. And She-Ra, the Princess of Power. Of course, she had her own cartoon and blah, 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 and I'm not sure why they didn't just make a retro line of Princess of Power. Yeah, I mean, she looks alright. She looks pretty good. Kinda, I'm not familiar with the headdress thing. I think that's from the new, maybe they worked that in to acknowledge the new cartoon, which I have not seen. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, something like that. Yeah, I don't know what's with that crazy headdress. If I were to take this out of the package and put it on the shelf, I would definitely take that off because I think it looks dumb. But whatever, that's the figure. And apparently kind of hard to find. Wasn't that hard for me, but I just lucked out, I guess. And you can turn her headdress into cool, you know, eyes wide shut cosplay there. And here, it looks like they did the same thing as on the Skeletor box, where, you know, they show that, oh, you can twist her this way and twist her that way. She doesn't have, like, an action feature or anything to make her do that, which I'm glad, because that, I think, usually takes away from the figure when that action feature breaks down, then it makes the whole figure shitty. I'm glad they didn't do that on these Origins figures. Yeah, like I said, She-Ra's probably going up for sale. So check out Andy Boy Comics and Toys, and maybe you can get your hands on a She-Ra. Just make sure you ask for consent first, folks, before you go putting your hands on her. If I only have one Masters of the Universe figure, I like Skeletor better. He was always funny in the cartoons, not really all that evil. Well, I guess he was so evil that it was so funny, because he was so dumb. But yeah, Skeletor's got to be my favorite. Where these guys, the old vintage floppy dudes, are probably going to go up for sale. I'm keeping that Skeletor. So yeah, he gets a thumbs up. Pass the test, Skeletor. Excellent!